Yo, we're back with some Pillars of Eternity, and um, let me just quickly say something before I let the video continue. So as you see here, um, I haven't got the ingredients for this potion here, and I also need level 5 on my characters. On a solo character you always get level 5 before you fight Redrick,
I shall.
and I'm barely away from level 5. With the main character I'm less than 500 XP away, but yeah, I can't make that potion. We're going to Maerwald's Fork here, if that's how you pronounce it. I don't know if you say Magrin or Magrin. It's being said a few times in the game, but I didn't pay enough attention, I'm sorry. And yeah, there we go, we get 189 XP here. It's not a lot if you divide it by 3, and yeah, I need slightly more XP to level 3. So I was debating whether I fight Redrick or not. It's easily possible to do, but since this is a tutorial, I feel like it makes no sense to fight somebody I don't have to fight right now. The main goal is to get this party to level 15 as easy as possible, and without that potion and without some levels under the belt, it's gonna be hard, but I probably will only get to level 5, not more than that, make that potion and come back, because you can buy the ingredients in Defiance Bay. So that's that. And in this video we're gonna go to Caer Nua. Gonna end level 1 soon. Not gonna happen in this video, but we're gonna clear the hall
Greetings.
of the phantoms and then the little basement of the spiders. And after that will be level 1 of Caer Nua and Maerwald. And then the first chapter of Pillars of Eternity will be concluded. And in the second chapter I've been thinking that after I fight Redrick, I probably will do some live commentary instead of what I'm doing right now, with editing fails out and commentary afterwards, because the Defiance best quests, I'm sorry, I can't talk today. The Defiance Bay quests are very easy, the ones I wanna do at the start. When I do the harder ones like the lighthouse, then I might switch back to this style of videos where I record my gameplay first and record my voice after, but I really still have a little trouble getting used to making these kinds of videos. It's easier for me to just live commentate, and that's why that's another reason why I haven't really made many videos in the past about Pillars of Eternity. And also, of course, I've been playing Baldur's Gate, Siege of Dragonspear, and wow, I've been playing Dark Souls. I've been playing it so much. I've beat the game a few days ago, and now I almost beat the game with the second character again. I made Jolly Corporation, I did PvP. I wasted so much time on that game, and the thing is, it's a lot of fun, so yeah. But now it's back to this game, and yeah, as I said, to help myself along, to keep me motivated for making the videos in Defiance Bay, I will probably live record, but I think there shouldn't be fails or anything, hopefully. So I hope it will not be too boring and the videos will not be too long. So yeah, I always sneak up to the Great Hall, because there's no point of fighting the spirits out here. There's just no point in it. They all disappear after you beat Maerwald. And as we know in this game, the XP you get per kill is very, very limited. You never get any XP for killing humans, and for creatures you only fill your diary or whatever it's called, your creatures log, you fill it with entries, and once that's at 100% you don't get any XP anymore. I think these wisps, I only killed a handful of those, and I'm at 75%. So yeah, killing enemies for XP is not really a thing in this, unless you really need the XP for a level, and it's not long away. And yeah, here I realize that these things are pierce immune, which is kind of a problem for my Cypher, but it means we'll have to melee it in a second here. She's not really built for that, but what's interesting that you can charm these guys, which kind of doesn't make sense, but yeah. I'm gonna charm one of the bigger ones. There we go. And now that everybody is safely engaged, the Cypher can go in and melee one of the blights that already is attacking my Paladin, I think. Yeah, passing screwing me up there. And that blight already died. But now I'll just engage this one first and then run up with the Cypher. And now we'll also get our Phantom. This fight is fairly challenging with the solo character. But yeah, with a party, not really. Yeah, I don't know why I switched back to the Arbalest there for casting the spell. I have no clue, to be honest. And that guy up there is making a speech. We haven't even reached him yet. Yeah, and kill the last one. Yeah, I switched back to melee. As I said, I don't even know why I switched to the Arbalest there. If I had quick switch, it would have made sense, but I don't. Probably gonna get it at some point. Yeah, and sadly Kana goes down there, but he did his job and summoned the Phantom. Yeah, I sometimes get surprised with these immunities because
Indeed.
I haven't really played version 2.0.
You can't do this! Claws have lived here almost 50 generations. We were here long before Mercy, soldier! Our warriors have all gone!
What I wanted to say, I haven't really played it a lot compared to the previous versions. I know with my Paladin I was version 2.01 I think when I started it, but I had 2 solos before that, a party of 3 before that, so I played the game a lot without the immunity, so sometimes I just get surprised by them. And here I had to cut a fail out, so I have not respect for this fight.
Clearly of a deer and mink. They like their archways.
Yeah, it is probably smarter to respec your Paladin for
Yes.
high fortitude in this fight. because of the stun, but some people don't really like respecking, and since the fight is possible without respecking, I did it without it. I also didn't use my scrolls of Fan of Flame, that's the name. They are really good, and Kana has plenty of lore, so he could even use better scrolls, but yeah, he easily could use those, the Fan of Flame scrolls. And I chose not to use them because they really make this fight very trivial. Same as I said for respecking, so since it's just a few spirits, it's not really, with a party of 3 it's nothing major, because the Cypher can just dish out a lot of damage. If you have 2 melee characters in this kind of situation, you can always send in the second one as backup when one goes down. I think that was pretty much my strategy, keep Kana back for a little to protect the Cypher from teleports, and if the Paladin goes down, that Kana can tank. So yeah, I just send the...
Indeed.
This is just to not aggro any ghosts on my Cypher. That's the main reason why I just sent in the Paladin here. And I wanted to use a few more potions, but didn't really work out that way because I have very low dex. And the Paladin will get stun locked now. But because of the scroll of protection, the stuns only last 1 second, so it is alright. I tried to also use that yellow potion, but yeah, and I stuck mirror image with Wizard's double there, so it lasts just slightly longer, but it's still not enough to get the potion out. And yeah, I get stunned, but it's alright. The Paladin has a little bit of survivability, and now the Cypher comes to play. This spell is really good against the ghosts. They surround the Paladin like crazy. So yeah, stun always lasts a second, but it gets renewed immediately. But it's alright. Now Kana goes in, and I didn't realize that my Cypher still had the melee weapon on, sadly, so I couldn't refresh my focus, but I'm gonna realize soon enough. I hope. Yeah, I think at that point I realized what's going on. Alright. And as soon as the phantoms go down, this fight gets a lot easier. Kana gets the phantom now too. And he also does constant healing for the Paladin, obviously, with beloved spirits. And yeah, once the phantom is out, this fight is pretty much done. And there we go, next phantom down. And I waited a bit long for casting with my Cypher there, because I was paying too much attention to the Paladin. Yeah, that was it. So you can do this fight many ways. The best way is just use the scroll of
I shall.
Fan of Flames and maybe respec the tank for better fortitude.
Another watcher in Caer Nua, glowing very brightly indeed to these eyes. What strange happenstance. As am I. If you should happen to find him, I would be glad to know of it. Each day his absence brings new dust to my halls, new cracks to my stones. It's shameful is what it is. The Earl would never have let it come to this. You are free to search for him here. I will unbar the way. Not as a land is its lord's, more as a child is its mother's. This castle was my design, you see.
Sorry about drinking noises.
When it was built, he was a great man. But he began to grow distant.
I should mute my mic every time I drink or eat, but the problem is I often forget to...
Imprisoned? At times. Oh, I can only...
Shut up! I often forget to turn it back on, so... Yeah. We got level up there. Level 5 now.
There's my little soldier. Been out playing soldier again, have we? Go wash up and come help me shuck these peas. Before you were born, the Glanfathans attacked. That's why you'll be a soldier one day.
Alright. Let's get this level up underway, so... I'm just gonna go with survival here to let potions last longer, mainly. Also lets food last longer, but potions is the main reason. And since this is a Dakosi liberating exhortation, so we can get the accuracy boost next. And lore for better scrolls. And here I'm thinking a bit about the different chants, the different phrases. The thing is, you could also just stay with the endurance draining one. So I wasn't really sure whether that matters what I pick here or not. And I was wondering about the drop trap aura, whether it would make sense to use it together with beam skills, but in the end I went with a frightened aura. It is -10 accuracy for the enemies, so since my paladin is gonna be pretty defensive, that's a pretty good thing. You cannot save against this chant. It automatically affects the enemies. So I mixed it a little bit with the endurance drain chants, because both are pretty good. Alright, some spiders here, not a big
Silence
deal,
surrounds.
not really much to talk about. Can all be charmed, so I always try to charm the bigger spiders.
Sail.
Bit weird here to shoot at those guys, so I couldn't really get a first shot off with the Cypher. An alpha strike, if you will.
Feels like
But as long as we have charm, it's all good. These kind of fights with enemies that are bigger than other enemies, charm does so much work because the small enemies get slaughtered by the bigger one. Yeah, bit concerned about the safety of my Cypher. Now we have two charmed spare spiders and a phantom to help us out. Oh, it's awesome how the enemies help you out. Not only the ones you charmed, but also the ones attacking them. So you can see that spider's down to 2 endurance points. Because she got attacked by her buddies. Or by its buddies, I should say. And yeah, the paladin was idle there for a reason, because I waited for that spider to come out of charm state, and I didn't want the spider to attack my Cypher. Trying to send the phantom out to scout for more enemies. Sometimes some don't join the battle.
silence surrounds me. Of course.
Yeah, the next fight doesn't
Following your lead.
stop when you kill the first bunch of enemies. In this area you have to kill all the rest of them now, even if you're solo and unnoticed by a big bunch of enemies at the end.
I'm here.
And even if you run back all the way to the door, the combat will still not stop. Also, if you're solo, you can abuse these prison doors here. And not fight all of the enemies at once by keeping them inside the little prison cell. And yeah, I still shot at the big spider there for some reason, even though it was charmed.
I'm here.
And I don't know if this is a new feature that they get knocked out unconscious when you hit somebody with friendly fire. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, as you can see over there, those enemies did not aggro. That's why I'm sending the Phantom over there now, because, as I said, combat will not stop.
Oh. Feels like
And yeah, that big spider was not able to get out before the Phantom killed one of the... And once again, friendly fire. And the spider got knocked out. That was pretty fortunate. Took a lot less hits than it normally would that way. Obviously, charmed enemies get negative status effects for their defenses. So you can crit them pretty easily. Oh, and I just realized that my arbalest knocks out on crits, so that's probably what happened. I first thought it was some genius new feature implemented, but... yeah, so that was it for the video. See you next time for the Maerwald fight.